this is kind of interesting. So according to Dianna Russini of The Athletic, multiple league sources indicate that Kevin Stefanski here to stay. Higher-ups at the Browns organization have been thrilled with his leadership this season. That, again, according to Dianna Russini of The Athletic. And Scott, that doesn't surprise me one bit. I could completely understand and tend to agree with that line of thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I think I wrote 3 or 4 games ago that he should get an extension. Now, I wouldn't give it to him now. I wouldn't have given it to him then just because you want to see the season play out. And you don't want to, give him an extension and then the bottom falls out and they miss the playoffs and then are you regretting it? But if this season stays on the rails and if they get to the playoffs, I have no doubt in my mind that he will get an extension and he should get an extension. If they miss the playoffs at 9-8, I think he gets the extension, right? Because he's got another year. He's got the year in 2024, but I think you give it to him anyway because of everything he's gone through. I think you want that stability. You can pick apart certain things that he does, and you can certainly pick it and question certain play calls. But he's been the best. He's won the most games by far since '99, right? They're in position to go to the playoffs for the second time in 4 years. They've been to one playoff before Stefanski since 1994, right? Like, he's doing things that his predecessors did not do, and I think that should be rewarded. And I do think he has the mentality. I have no doubt that he has the intelligence to win in this league.
The other thing is you can kind of see the growth. I mean, he has a defense and he has a field goal kicker that, and I know Dustin Hopkins missed an extra point that was critical yesterday, but he's taking points when they are there now as opposed to going for it all the time on fourth down. So there are tweaks to the way he's coaching as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, Dave. I think to me that speaks more to adaptability than I was wrong, right? Like, I think he knows the situation he's in, right? Got a good kicker, got a good defense. We're struggling at quarterback, so maybe we don't try to score 30, right? Maybe you have to play that tight games. And I think he's good at that. Like, that's one thing I think since 2020 he's been good at is identifying how that game needs to be won and what level of aggression he has to have. I don't think he's always been perfect with that, but yesterday he talked about, I knew we were going to need to score points, right? You're playing Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, and they got those receivers over there. So I think he's good at that. Like, I talk about picking apart certain things as Stefanski. I think if you go big picture, there's so much to like. And it's the fact that he's not afraid to hire strong personalities on his coaching staff. I mean, we saw it when Bill Callahan was his first hire or second hire. He's a big personality, right? He's been a former head coach. Didn't mind hiring him. And then this year goes and gets Jim Schwartz and Bubba Ventrone. Like, those are 2 big-time hires, but guys that want to be or were head coaches or want to be head coaches. And that does not, threaten Stefanski's, manhood or security. He's not insecure about those things. So, on a big-picture level, I think he's got everything you're looking for in a head coach. Now it needs to, show up in wins and it needs to show up in the right moves at the right times. But I think if you're the Haslams and Paul DePodesta and Andrew Berry, you look at it and go, man, this guy's got what we need.
Yeah, and I would agree with you about adaptability. I think it's another sign of a good coach. He understands what is needed to win games and can switch it up. It isn't like, well, this is the Browns way. This is the only way we win. Sometimes you got to do things a little differently, and I think he's shown this year that he can do that.